Hello everyone, today is another perfume video and we are going to be going through my Perfume Declutter. I will have to repeat my perfume collection video because there's a lot of changes that have been made lately to my perfume collection. I've used up some, I've sold some, so there's a constant flux in my fragrances, and kind of that's what these videos are supposed to capture. I usually do once a year a collection video. Now, these fragrances that I'm going to be talking about today are not going to be part of my perfume collection simply because I am going to just sell them or give them away to my friends and family. And I'm going to find new homes for them either way. I love them. I like them. That's why I purchased them. But as of now, I will explain each time I'm picking up a fragrance. It's these guys over here that are going to be goners. I'll tell you why I'm not going to keep them, and they are not going to be present in my fragrance collection, which I'm going to be filming fairly shortly. The first two that I'm letting go of are smaller sizes of these little niche fragrances. So here we have Mancera Roses Vanille, and we have Montale dark purple. Both of those are rose fragrances. I really enjoyed them. I actually quite liked them. The compositions were beautiful. They're very, very much of the same genre of fragrance. I do enjoy them, but they have such enormous sillage that I just don't tend to reach for them. So they do need a new home. Maybe somebody else I am going to give it to is going to try them out and at least have an idea of what Mancera and Montale have to offer when it comes to roses from their collections. I just don't wear sillage that is this powerful. It's very difficult to dose both of them. If you are a lover of huge sillage and big, sweet roses, then either of these two is probably going to be up your alley. But for me, they're too intense. The sillage is too huge. I have a problem dosing them. I am not reaching for them for that reason, because they're just harder to use because they're so concentrated. And you know, it's not a fault, but for my personal preferences, it's too much, way too much. So these guys are going to be going. This perfume I already sold, actually, so I'm not going to be showing it in my perfume collection because it's going to be gone. It needs to be packaged up, and I will send it out. And this is Scandale by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's the original Eau de Parfum version. As you can see, it's pretty full. So it really has barely been touched by me. And I've purchased it several months ago when I was really into honey fragrances. I was looking for more honey fragrances. I'm still into them. And so Scandal was one of the ones that is very heavy in honey. And I thought to myself, perfect, a honey fragrance. I have to try it. I have bought it because I was also going through a bit of a phase of a sweeter sense. However, Scandal is really, really sweet. It's not so much what I enjoy, which is a combination of honey and pollen and wax. So that's sort of like a natural smelling scent. This is like honey on danishes or some kind of pastry. This is super sweet. This is very gourmand, and gourmand in quite a sickly way, which means that I tend to not go for very sweet fragrances. I don't tend to tolerate exceptionally sweet fragrances. Anything that smells like it came from a bakery or something very sugared tends to trigger a little bit of a gaggy reflex for me. So this actually really didn't work for me. But it is a pretty long-lasting, decent quality fragrance. If you are a gourmand lover and you love the really, really sweet fragrances where the sweetness is not cut with anything, it's just very, very sweet, and that's it. I like sweetness, but I like it to be combined with maybe spiciness or cut through with some citruses or something that is going to make it a little bit less like cavity inducing. For me, this is way too sweet. So for me, this is not working. I don't think it's a bad scent, hence why I sold it to someone. There are plenty of people who are going to be loving this type of a scent. For me, this just did not work. It was way too much, and it will go now. Then we have a little niche number. This is Ecstasy by Tiziana Terenzi, and I have purchased it because For me, this is a more affordable, still expensive, but a more affordable version of Vert d'Anser by Tom Ford from their exclusive collection, their exclusives line, which I really adore, but I just don't think I'll use if I buy, you know, $500 worth of that perfume. I just won't be able to actually use it often enough to justify the purchase. Ecstasy is kind of similar to that, and it is a niche fragrance house. It's quite a nice scent, quite close to what Vert d'Enfer offers. However, I've paid a pretty penny for it as well, because there isn't anything that would be cheaper and similar. But for me, it's still like, I didn't really think it through, because I'm like, well, Vert d'Enfer I really like, but I'm not going to be able to wear it often enough, because it's such an intense scent and it's also a bit different. So I'm probably not going to use it very frequently. And I was right. This one is similar, and I adore the scent, actually. It sits very well on my skin, but I'm not actually using it very frequently at all, which is a shame. And I don't want the scent to just be sitting there for years without being opened or used. So I will be selling it as well. I need to post it and see if anyone wants it. So I will not be keeping it, but it's not because I don't like it, this particular scent. I'm just not finding myself reaching for it. And I have a space limitation. I have one drawer that I keep all of my perfumes in. And outside of that drawer, I'm not allowing myself to keep anything, meaning that's the limit as to what I'm allowing myself in terms of perfumery. Therefore, to have anything new at all enter and for me to try in my perfume wardrobe, something needs to go. And Ecstasy is just one that I'm not reaching for. So that has to leave. Same goes for Shalimar Parfum Initiale. This is a gorgeous bottle. This is the second one I've had. I haven't opened it for very long. I've used very little of it, as you can see. I will be selling it. Now, this is a collector's item. This is very hard to find, very rare, and pretty expensive on eBay. It goes for insane prices. The bottle is amazing and very, very beautiful. It's frosted glass, little feather, an actual feather here. So I'm really in love with this scent, but again, somehow I just don't reach for it. And it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful, soapy Shalimar scent. So I'm really strongly considering getting rid of it, because I've been avoiding wearing it. I haven't been really reaching for it. Whenever I pull for it in to be using in my perfume rotation, I tend to not wear it very much. I think it's okay for me to let go of it, just because it's not being picked up. It's beautiful. It's just not getting picked up by me. That's all. Another one that I will be, surprisingly for myself, letting go of is Serge Lutens La Religieuse. I actually really like this jasmine, but I, again, don't tend to reach for it very often. So I've used up half the bottle, and to me, it's kind of it doesn't take up that much space, but it's kind of just sitting there. So I will use it maybe once every couple of months, and that's just not enough for me to allow myself to keep something like this. I think I am being pretty ruthless and decluttering very beautiful fragrances. You know, I don't own anything I don't like already, so I'm being very ruthless, and this guy is just not something that I've been picking up over the last year a huge amount. So I am going to let it go. If I ever want to buy it again, I'll just buy it again. That's fine. I'm okay with letting go of something and then realizing that I'm missing it. I'd rather be realizing that I'm missing it and repurchase than having something go bad on me that I'm not reaching for. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys, but in my mind, it makes perfect sense. I have Christian Audigier Parfum. There's not a lot left, but I'm really over this scent. It's not bad, pretty nondescript. It's not unlikable, but I struggle to find a face for this fragrance. It's not my cup of tea. Lastly, this is a surprise for me. I'm letting go of Juliette Has a Gun Lady Vengeance. And Lady Vengeance is mostly leaving my stash because of the patchouli. I've used a couple of these. I've never gone for the full bottle because there's just always something that isn't quite right on my skin about this fragrance. And I know what it is. It's the patchouli. I do not tend to tolerate patchouli very well. So Lady Vengeance, although very beautiful, the fact that it's quite heavy in patchouli does not sit very well on my skin. I love the rose in it. I love the composition of the scent. I really think that it is a super nicely constructed fragrance. I enjoy it on paper. I enjoy it on clothes. I do not like it on my skin. My skin tends to amplify patch, and no, this is just, it doesn't work well. So instead of hoarding it, again, I'm deciding to let go of it. I'm deciding to sell it or give it to someone else. And just basically pass on the love, pass on the perfume goodness. I like Lady Vengeance. It's a great scent. It's a little too patchouli based for my liking. And I'm going to let it go. So these are the fragrances that I'm letting go of from my perfume wardrobe. In the previous months, I've probably sold about maybe 5 or 6 other ones. I didn't document it on camera. I should probably do that because it's kind of curious to see what people are decluttering. But that's water under the bridge. In the future going forward, I will be more precise and specific about what it is that I'm decluttering. These guys are going for now. Every 6 months or so, I do a little cull and I pull out anything that I'm not reaching for. And so this is the result. And some of these are really quite surprising. For me, Religieuse was a big surprise. And also Shalimar Parfum Declutter is a big surprise as well, as is Ecstasy. So those are the 3 that I definitely didn't think I'd let go of, but I am, because again, there is no point in hoarding. The only one that I may or may not change my mind about is going to be Shalimar. If somebody buys it really quickly, it's going to go. But I'm worried if it's allowed to linger in my stash, I might not be able to part with it because I kind of have a bit of a weird attachment to the Le. However, in my rational brain, I do realize that it's time to let go. It's okay to let go. It's fine. Things are fine. Everything's fine. It can go. Tell me, what are you decluttering, or what have you decluttered in the last year from your perfume stash? Is there anything in particular? Do you find there's a pattern to the things that you tend to let go of? I'm always curious, so let me know down below. We're all going to, let's talk about the things that don't work for us and we are letting go of. And letting go is a good thing, so let go of the things that you're not using. It's fine. It's helpful. That's it for today. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day and good luck. Stay safe and stay well. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.